Hi guys, this is Freelancers Train, where you will be learning how to develop a website, and I'll be training you from beginners level to an advanced level. Now, fortunately, this is going to be the first class. We're not going to do much of practical today. We're not going to do much of techie things today, but today I'm going to introduce you to basic things you have to know about website development, because it's like when you want to build a house, what type of house do you want to build? What are the things that you need in the house? That way enable you to prepare well for the house you are aiming at building. So today I'm going to be introducing you to basic things that you have to know about the website, because from my previous experience about learners, there are some questions that have been coming up, like, oh, what is a website? Is it even possible that as an individual you can develop a website? Must it be a company that will develop a website? All those kind of a question. But after today's training, you'll be able to answer those questions by yourself. There are some things you think you know that you may not know, and I don't want to assume that you know. So welcome to today's class, website development using WordPress. All right, let's get started. Now, what do we mean by a website? A website is a set of related pages located under a single domain name, typically produced by a single person or an organization. Now, a website is a collection of related web pages. Now, the question that may be coming up here is, what is a web page and what is a website? Now, when you browse online, you are looking for information. The page you are visiting is what is called a web page. Why? On the website, you may be having like 2, 3, 4, 5 pages that make up the website. So the collection of those pages is what we call a website. Now, let me show you an example here. Let me open my browser. So now this is my business website. This is a website. Like, if you look at this website now, we have a lot of information here that has to do with my business. Now, here you will see this navigation bar. You will see home, about us, services, courses, portfolio. All these links you are seeing, they are linking to a particular page. Now, if I click on these services, about us, now I've opened you can see about us. This is a web page. So also, if I click on all other links here, they are going to redirect me to a particular page for an information. So the web pages make up the website. Okay, having explained that, let's move to the next one. The next one is the blog versus the website. So blogs are a type of website. The only difference is that blogs have frequently updated content, and websites tend to be much more static and is organized into pages. A blog can be a website on its own or a part of a bigger site. Earlier iteration of blogs were once used mostly for online personal journals. Okay, a blog, at times people mistake blog for a website or website for blog. They don't know the difference, but actually it doesn't have much difference. A website is basically developed for businesses. It could be for a company. It could be to sell things online, which is an e-commerce website. But a blog also is a type of website. But let me show you a practical difference here. Now, like I said, this is my business website. This website has been developed, I think, can I really remember when I developed this website? But since I developed it, I think I've only made changes to this website once. I've only edited this website once. I've only revamped it once. But now, check this. This is my blog. It is loading. I just want to tell you the difference between the blog and a website. Yeah, so a blog is also a website, but the major difference is this. This is my blog. Now, I posted on this blog May 12th, 2021. Now, like I said, this website is supposed to have stayed over 2 years online, but I only revamped it once, meaning I'm not updating content frequently on the website, because about my business remains about my business. So the vision statement still remain, the mission statement remain, what I do still remain the same. So there's no need for me to be changing content on the website. But let me explain blog in a better way. Now, a blog is basically used for teaching or passing regular information. For instance, a blog could be a news blog or celebrity gist blog. So if it is a news blog, that means you have to be updating the website every blessed day, because people want to know what is new every day, because it is actually about news. So now for the blog, you need to be updating it almost every day. Now, even if it is about yourself, your personal life, you can blog about anything, but you have to be updating it because people will be visiting to know what is the update. So a blog is also a website. The major difference is that a website that is not a blog is not frequently updated, while a blog is frequently updated to pass information. All right. Okay, so the next one here is a web page. Okay, I think I've explained that earlier on. A web page or web page, the way it is written, is a document commonly written in HTML that is viewed in an internet browser. A web page can be accessed by entering a URL address into a web browser's address bar. Okay, let us try to differentiate something here. The difference between URL and domain name. The difference between a URL and a domain name, because here we can see that a web page can be accessed by entering a URL. So what is this URL that we are talking about now? Look, now, while accessing this website, the domain name to this website is idtech.com.ng. As you can see, this is the domain name, idtech.com.ng. Now, what is the difference between a domain name and uniform resource locator? That is URL. What is the difference? We said a URL, we use URL to access a web page. Now, look at this about us page. If you look at this, you will see that the domain name here has been extended. Now, check the difference here. This is the home page, which the domain name is leading us to. Now, the About Us page is carrying idtech.com.ng/about us. So, this is the domain name, which is idtech.com.ng. Now, this extension is what makes it to turn to a URL. So the whole thing, the whole address you are seeing now is called URL, Uniform Resource Locator. All right. So having explained that, let's move to the next item. Now, anatomy of a web page. Now, let's break down what a web page is. Let's break it down. What's the parts? The parts of a web page. Let's talk about the parts of a web page. So here we are seeing the page header, the main navigation, the secondary navigation, page title, breadcrumb, hero image or banner image, main content, sidebar, and page footer. Now, for every web page that you visit, you will be seeing all this. Even though you may not see everything, but at least maybe it is just one or two things that may be missing. There are some websites that will start from a main navigation bar. They may not have header. They may not have secondary navigation. They may not have page title. There are some websites like that, but all this, let me explain them to you so that you will know when you are creating a web page, you will understand the structure of the web page. There were times in the past that if I want to create a web page, it will take me 3 days, 4 days to even create a web page. That's so crazy. But I later found out that it was just because I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I was doing trial and error. So let me explain this to you. The page header. Okay, let me go to my blog. Okay, even on this page, I can see page header. You can see this section that is containing my information, the telephone and the email address. The telephone, this section that is containing the email address and the telephone is what is called the header. This is what is called the header. Okay, let's move down a bit. So now, after this information, this header, you can see this header is white. After it, we now have this collection of links. It is called navbar, navigation bar. It is called navigation bar. Yeah, some people will call it a menu. So now, I think let's check the next on the list. Now we have a secondary navigation bar. There are some websites you will visit. After this main navigation bar, you will still see another line of menu under. So such websites will have the main navigation bar, which is this, and another one, which is the secondary navigation bar. All right, so let's move to the next one, which is the page title. The page title. This is the page title about us. You can see this is the page title. Now breadcrumb is not here. Let me see on my blog. I should have breadcrumb. I should have that. Okay, I can't find a breadcrumb here. Okay, why should I explain that? Okay, I think I should be able to explain that in a language that you will understand. Okay, a breadcrumb. In some websites, you will see, like I'm visiting about horse page now. In some websites, on my home website, I'm seeing I'm having get more than the value of your money. In some websites, you will see home and a sign greater than. Then you will now see about horse, meaning the path that you have taken to get to that particular page. I don't know if you understand what a breadcrumb is now. A breadcrumb, like I'm visiting this about us page, for instance, then under this about us, you will see home greater than about us. I'm so just saying greater than, it's just that sign of greater than will be there. Home to about us. That is what is called a breadcrumb. Then hero image or banner image. Under this about us, in this section, you will see that I'm having an image under this about us. That is what is called hero image or banner. We call it banner or we call it hero. So this section now, we call it hero section. I'm telling you, so that there are ways you discuss with clients that will make the clients to know that, okay, really you know what you are doing. So this section is what is called this about us. This section that is colored, that has the image, is what is called hero section. The image used is called hero image or a banner. All right, the next one is the main content. We have the main content, the sidebar and the footer. So now let me use the blog. So we have here we have the header, the navbar, the hero section. Yeah, the navbar is containing the link. The hero section is the one containing there is a choice for you, freedom or slavery. Now the header is the one containing this social media, whatever. At times it may be phone number, anyhow you like it. Now the main body, there is a choice for you, freedom of slavery, contains the main content that I want to read on the blog or the website. So this is the main body. This is the main body. from here. Now this is the main body. Now we have sidebar also. You can see this thin line is separating the left content from the right content. Look at this thin line here. So the left content is what is the main body, while this right side, you can see that the left side is bigger than the right side. The right side is what is called the sidebar. Now on this sidebar, you can see recent posts, recent comments, about myself, and then newsletter, social media. You can see them in sections like that. Now each section on this sidebar is what we called widget. These sections here. So recent post is a widget, recent comment is a widget. Now about me is a widget. Now newsletter is a widget, follow me is a widget. So all of them put together is what make up the sidebar. So lastly on this, we have the footer. You know that we have the header here. Now we have the footer. Here. We have the footer section here. So the footer basically contains my contact information, then the navigation menu also. So in case somebody has scrolled to the bottom of the page, you don't want to go back to go and use navigation bar again, you can see some menu in the footer. That does not mean that it must be the same, but it is allowed that you put useful link on your footer. All right, the next one is, okay, we've treated anatomy of a page. Okay, what are web contents? So now you are creating a website. And you just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I want to create a website. What are the things that should be in your website? There are things like text, images, sound, videos, and animation. At times on some websites you may not see animation, but okay, you may not see videos also, you may not see audio, but mostly you see text in the website and mostly you see images in the website. So let me still use my blog as an example. So as an example, on this blog you can see I have text, I have images. Look at this hero section. Under it there is something looking like code. It's an image under it. Then look at my website. Under about us there is an image. Now, so what else should we have on the website? We can have video, but I don't have videos here. Okay, but a web page can also have videos, can have audio, can have images. All right, let's move to the next one. So website development tools. What are the tools needed to develop a website? Now, these particular stages are very critical. I want you to listen very well. There are people we call full stack programmers. Those programmers, they are people that write code to develop a website, a responsive website. Now, so the tools they use, they are HTML are tags. Then we have the CSS to style the website. Now you can use HTML to write text. You can use HTML to upload image. But how do you want the image to behave? How do you want the text to behave? That is the function of CSS. Now we have the Bootstrap also. We have the MySQL for database. We have JavaScript. My JavaScript is not correct here. I'm missing high here. Okay, pardon me for that. All right. Then we have the code editor like Notepad, Notepad++, and the rest. We have them in a minute. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be focusing on content management system. We have them in numbers. We have Moodle, we have Joomla, we have WordPress. But for the sake of this tutorial, we'll be focusing on WordPress. We are going to be using WordPress to develop our website. So with this, you don't need to go through the stress of writing codes, writing HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, MySQL, JavaScript. You don't need to go through the stress of writing code. So this WordPress is I'm going to teach you WordPress. You don't need to write any code at all before you can develop a website. All right. So differences between back-end, dashboard, and front end. Times, like I said, when you are talking to a client, the client, it is imperative that you explain to the client in a layman language, but at times you use these terminologies so that the client will actually know that, okay, you are a professional in the field. So I'm going to explain to you the difference between back-end, dashboard, and the front end. Now, in WordPress, back-end and dashboard are used interchangeably. And I'm coming to that. Okay, what is a back-end? What is a back-end? Now, in programming, when you want to program you want to develop a website as a full stack programmer, then you will need to write something like this. You will need to write code. You will need to write code like this. I know that this may seem like one nonsense. That what is this one? var, field, category, like something like this. Type, string, type dot string. All these ones are codes that are used to develop a website as a full stack programmer. Yeah. So this is where you write your code is what we call the back end. So the users, when you visit a website, for instance, you're not going to see all these jargons that are here. You're not going to see. It is only visible to the programmer, the person that developed the website. So it is the back end that the programmer work for you to see what you are seeing on a website. Okay, now the dashboard. Let me talk about the dashboard here. The dashboard, after developing a program, after developing a website or a program as the case may be, you will need that place that you see code. This place that you are seeing code, of course, you are not going to display this to your client. Now, you will need to present the client with a dashboard, where it can be managing the website. For instance, the website is about, okay, let's say the website is a school website and the website is containing a portal, student portal, for instance. The website is containing student portal, for instance. Then there should be a way that the administrator will be able to add students, delete students, add results, publish timetable, and all those things. And you will agree with me that that one you cannot do it in the front end on the web page, but on the dashboard. So the back end is where the programmer is where the programmer writes his code. While the dashboard is where the user goes to update the website. Yes, it's where the user will go to update his or her website. Now, so that is that about the dashboard. Now, the front end is what is visible to everybody. So this is the front end. Now, for instance, I want to remove all these links. Of course, nobody in the whole world will be able to remove this link. Nobody will be able to change anything on this page until I give that person the dashboard to this website. So I've been able to establish the difference between the back end and the dashboard. Now, so this is the front end. The front end is where everybody can visit to get whatever information that you have on the website or on the blog. All right, so let's move to the next one. So in my next tutorial, what are the things that you will be needing? My next tutorial is not going to be it's not going to be theoretically based like this. It's going to be hand-on. It's going to be hand-on on your computer. You are going to do the practical. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to install WordPress on your local computer. Yeah, you will be installing the WordPress locally on your work computer. So what are the things you will be needing? You will be needing your computer. For now, if you don't have a computer, you can still follow this tutorial, because what you really need for now, we are going to start with installation locally on your computer. That it is only you that can see the website on your computer. Why I'm doing this is to save you of data, or just for you to know it. Even though you have data to work online, just know how to install WordPress, how to work on your locally on your computer, how to develop a website locally on your computer. So, but if you don't have a computer for now, don't bother. You can still follow us in the tutorial. By the time we get to how to host a website online, then you can do most of the things with your phone. You can manage your blog with your phone. Then you'll be needing your computer. You'll be needing a local server. Yeah, we have local server and remote server. Simply put, let me just explain in a layman language. A local server is the one that you will be using to run your website on your computer. Nobody in the whole world will see it. It is only you, just for development sake or for practical sake. Now, in the later part of this tutorial, of this training, I will be teaching you how to host your website on a remote server so that everybody in the whole world can see it. So you will be needing a local server that will be using WAMP or XAMPP, WAMP server or WAMP. So to get this, to get WAMP or XAMPP, kindly visit, you download it online. You can visit wampserver.com. So this page will open for you. You can now download according to your operating system, either 64-bit or 32-bit. Now, or if you want to use XAMPP, you can visit apachefriends.org. Okay, let me, so that you will see. Okay, if you are using XAMPP, visit apachefriends.org to download. But if you are using WAMP server, you visit wampserver.com to download whatever, any type of server that you want to use. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will be using WAMP server. So even though you are not downloading XAMPP, make sure you download WAMP server. So then you will be needing internet access to WordPress.org. Okay, for now, I'm not going to tell you what you're going to do on WordPress.org for now. In my next class, I will be telling you what you're going to do on the WordPress.org. But it is not as if you need one big data. With just, I think, 50 MB, you can download whatever we want to download from WordPress.org. Then you will be needing your patience to learn and ask questions. This is not a theoretical class where you say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. No, it will take you your time. It will take you your dedication. Yes, it will take you your time. It will take you to be very, very dedicated to it, because at times you may encounter error, you may encounter anything, but feel free. You drop your comments, your question in the comment section below. I'm going to answer your question as soon as I see your question. So you can be sure that at the end of the training, you are going to be able to develop your own blog or your own website, any type of website at all. All right. So in the next tutorial, I will be teaching you how to install WordPress locally on your computer and how to gain access to your dashboard. I think by now you know what is a dashboard. I think I've explained that in this tutorial. So you'll be able to install WordPress, meaning you'll be able to have your website installed for development process. Okay, so this is the dashboard. This is where you are going to be managing your website. So in my next tutorial, I will be exposing you to how to install WordPress on your local computer and how to access your dashboard. Okay, so assignment for this class: find out the difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org and drop your answer in your comment section below this video. Okay, that was why I didn't really lay much emphasis on WordPress.org. So find out, you have been hearing WordPress, or peradventure you are hearing WordPress for the first time, or you have been hearing it earlier before now. So find out the difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org and drop your comments in the comment section below. All right, so the last thing to do here, watch this video again and get ready for the next class. There are some things I've taught in this class that in the next class I may not be teaching it. I will just be referring to those things, so it is essential that you know them. All right, so thank you for watching this tutorial. In the next class we'll be meeting again. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss any of my video tutorial whenever I upload video tutorials. And also share this video, it is free of charge. Share to friends, you may be helping someone achieve their dream. All right, thank you for watching this tutorial. We'll meet in our next class.